All right, so we skip a few slides. So we skip a few slides so we can have at least some hands-on type with the Metasploit. So these are some of the slides that I have for Metasploit. So basically, when you go to Metasploit, you have it in your VM view, right? So you go and click on Metasploit from the GUI menu there, and the first thing that you will see after you've done that is MESFF console. So this is where you're going to do all your command lines there. So the interface, the like command line interface. So basically, this is where you use it. It's kind of like a DOS prompt, Unix prompt. So any of you knows Unix pretty good, or as your Unix skills good?
Yeah.
You can always learn. So and then like they used to have a web GUI back in the days, but now they discontinue it. So I guess like because the command line is somewhat powerful, so that's what they use. And now you have Metasploit Pool, Metasploit Express, and then if you want the professional version, you have to buy it from Rapid7. So those guys are on it now. And then Armitage is kind of like a web GUI version. If we have time, we'll go there at some point. But like, let's focus on Metasploit. Let's make it fast, you know. So those are the terminology that you're going to use for Metasploit. You're going to talk about like exploit, you know, payload, shellcode, module, and then listener. So those are some of the stuff that you will see you will use when you try to do your exploit, try to log onto another system or like exploit.
Can you explain the differences?
Yeah, the thing like in terms of exploit, right? Exploit is like a code that you will use as a pen tester and try to exploit a hole into a system, like a flaw, you know, basically if you have a vulnerability, it's an exploit. Shows you how to exploit it, and then you can go to Metasploit and see if they have it, and then if they have it, you have to know what the OS that you're going to use it on, and then from that. You can use it to like exploit this system. Payload is a code that you want to dump into the target system. What that code will do is basically what you want it to do to exploit that system, and then it will execute on it. So shell code is a set of instructions that the payload had when the exploitation happens. So basically, it's a bunch of execution code that you use like to exploit the system. Module is a software that can use within a Metasploit, and then listener is like it's like waiting for connection coming.
So I need to understand the difference between a payload and shellcode.
So the shellcode, right? It's a set of instructions. When you use it as a payload, it will execute that instruction on the target system.
So you dump the payload on a remote system, and in order to interact with that payload, use the shellcode to do that.
So you write code, right?
I'm sorry?
You do write code, right?
No, I don't.
I thought like one guy said you are a developer, no?
No,
He's the guy. Yeah, he's the developer.
Oh.
So it's like you have an electronic car, right? And you have a remote control, right? The electronic car has batteries in it. Then you have the remote control. You can say go forward, and the car goes forward. But you're doing that remotely on another device. There are two devices. One moves, and one is a controller.
Okay.
Did you get it now?
Nothing but basically, I mean, it's a payload. For example, the payload is to delete a file, right? So you use the shell code to delete that file. Is that how it works?
The payload is like, okay, that's to delete the file is what you want to do. Right?
Yeah.
You want to destroy a system. But how do you get that?
You send
Right?
it the command through shell
command
code.
Shell code.
used to send that the payload is where you do that.
And the payload knows how to delete a file.
And the payload knows how to delete it.
So if I
Sometimes it
understand-
may,
Why don't you show some
That's why they
examples?
say, like in the case of
oh, you have to at least explain
it's
it.
like a missile, for North Korea and all this, they're talking about payloads and all this stuff. So you can put a payload on a missile to send it to whatever country, right? And when it gets to that country, depending on how big the payload is, then it will affect or destroy or whatever. But the payload is
Has a set of instructions.
the
shell code.
destruction, what they send it to destroy. But the shell code is whatever they do to
Execute.
get that missile off the ground to go deliver the payload.
Oh, I see.
So you know, like when somebody can put a bomb into a car, right? Then like press a button to detonate it. You know, the payload is in the car now, right?
The bomb.
The bomb is
I
the
see.
Can
payload,
we
right?
say bomb in here?
That's easy. That's easy.
References of place, we're using that example. Right?
Even
Don't
the
get
easiest
lost.
way to understand it, you know?
It's been recorded.
Good, yeah. you got it now? You understand?
So we brought payload and shell code together in the system?
Because the shell code like has the instructions that is built inside the payload,
Payload, okay.
and then you execute that instructions to tell the payload what to do, like you just said, delete the files or move that file somewhere. Or
Okay.
yeah, we'll send you some example when you.
So it's more like the shell code controls the payload.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's all. It's
But the
like-
payload does the work.
Yeah, the
Shell
payload
code controls it.
control it.
So before you do a payload, how do you know this is in Java, this application I'm going to hack is in Java or .NET or, what is the language? Would I
No,
know?
basically you know based on the vulnerability that the system has.
And also you do all your reconnaissance, right? If you're going to break into something, I'm not going to say bank, but if you're going to break into something, you need to know what kind of security they have, you need to know what kind of tools they're using, you need to know what you're going after, right? So you do all that background work. Some of it may involve social engineering, some of it may involve, just tracking their garbage or waste paper just to see what's in there. So when you decide you're going to hack someone or a system, you know exactly what you're going for, you know what's in there already.
Okay, so you do all the research and you have.
Yeah, that's what you have to do. You don't.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you'll be doing what they call a
Drive back, a good for some drive back.
what do you call it? It's a hack where you're just trying everything to see what's going to pop out.
Like a
And that's just very blind attack.
Like a blind attack.
It's going to be noisy and you can easily get caught.
Yeah, let's say if you're going to use like a black box type testing, right? So you don't have any way, so you do a blind attack. You said everything, see what you get in return.
And actually, talking about that, IPS systems are very good at detecting Nmap scans and things like that. IPS systems,
IPS?
Yeah.
intrusion prevention systems, right? So, but if you do it very slowly, it cannot detect it because usually it's based on a threshold. If you see this number of Nmap scans within this time limit, raise an alert. Now, if I do it really slowly, I never hit that threshold and I get all the information I need.
But blind attack is not a way to go.
No.
No, it's when
You don't want to do that.
you don't
That's
want to do
just
that.
desperate.
You need to know your target
Yeah,
before you start.
of course. Because if you know your target now, you know how to make your plan. You know, to put your plan
You
together.
want to be a sniper, not a
Yep.
shotgun.
Exactly.
So you do have it now. You understand now?
You good?
Okay, you good. So basically, these are the typical steps to use Metasploit, where you load it, you know, and then you choose your target. The OS, is it like Linux or Windows? And then you use the exploit, whatever the exploit is. Then like you set the payload, set it like you set it to send it to the target system, and then you execute it. So basically, those are the steps
Yeah.
that you're going to use for every.
So where is the shell code here?
Well, the shell code will be inside this.
Oh, inside the payload.
Yeah.
Okay.
When you the execute would also have some shell code.
Some shell code in there too. But the when you bring the payload, some of the instruction is part of the payload there, and then the executor will execute the instructions. And then this execute can also be run also. But you'll see when you get there. So once you have the Metasploit console, the command line interface, you can tap help. It will give you a list of all the commands that you can use. And then it will show you all the exploits. by show exploit, it will show it to you. Then you can also do show payloads, which will show all the payloads that you can use. And then if you put like info payload with the payload name, it will give you a description what the payload does. So then you can have an understanding of what you're trying to do. Then like here you can use the exploit name. That's what you use when you're going to run the exploit. You say use and then whatever the exploit name is. And then you can show the options. Then it shows a bunch of parameters that you have to work with, and then you can show the payload. Those just to show you what it is compatible with, and then you set it. You set the payload to set the specific that you want to exploit, and then you can show the target OS as well. Actually, there's a command called like dbnmap, then the target name. So what that does?
GBN.
No, DB like D
DB.
like the database. GB _ nmap target IP or the target name. So what that does, it take the target name and then save it into the database. So I guess to make it much faster next time for caching. So now that you set your target, and then the set R host is the remote host. So what is the remote host that I'm going to attack? And then you set the IP address. Then the set L host is the set local host, meaning that the machine that I'm using, that is the attack machine. So when the reverse shell come back to me, and now it just come back to my local machine. You see, now I don't have to be in the remote machine. So that's why it does the reverse shell. Now, once you get a shell pump, you can find everything on the system. You can put stuff. You can put the malware there. You can do anything you want once you're in. So when you hit the command back, it's to bring you back to the first console, like the command line interface way back. So then you don't have to go and do Metaphors console again, and then back will get it to you. That's why they talk about that later on. So what will happen is this on the Metaprint printer. Once you get the Weaver shell, and then now you can use the Metaprint to do anything you want to elevate, to send your shell code to, basically you own the machine, and nobody else will know you own it. But we'll get to that in the. Then we'll do it. You see that that's an example here. Like we use that export here to go backdoor to that particular system here.
So if you have Kali Linux loaded, how many people have Kali Linux loaded?
Okay.
Okay, so you can bring it up and then we can go through the example together.
Yeah, we can.
Yes.
Yeah.
Metasploit is part of, it's loaded in Kali Linux. So if you have the, here is going to show you.
What is that module IRC does?
No, I can do it. Okay, you want to see it back?
You use some module, right? You use
Yeah,
module.
yeah.
What is
Yeah,
that
but you go
module?
one step at a time, we'll get there.
No, he just want to look at it like that. So,
There are a whole bunch of different modules
there's a bunch of
or
them.
exploits you can use. You can search for them. You have to know, it's almost like anything. With practice, you know which one to use when. It's just one example.
I love the signal here.
Oh, you lost it.
Come back now.
You might have to.
So let's show that.
Okay, go ahead. Do you get your minute? Try to move it to get the video.
Change it to screen 1, desktop settings. Now it is 2, right?
Yeah, I want to do it so that they share the same.
Same
Whatever I
screen.
see here is what is seen over there.
Use it. Right there, go to Exploration Tools, then Metasploit. Then it's going to build some database.
All right, so this is the Kali Linux window. How many people have it started? So when you go, let me bring this up here.
No, it's there. It just leave it. Let me see.
The console.
Yes. Go to the calendar page. You just keep going to the bottom. Yeah.
But it's
And,
small.
yeah, you can press it, then you go to the
Doesn't make it.
That's it.
What's your password? It's not control. So how many people have logged into Kali Linux? Okay. How many people have brought up Metasploit?
It's loading. It's loading right now.
It's loading, right? So for those who want to bring it up, just move your mouse over here to where it says Metasploit framework, and then click on it. It should load up. Another way to do it would be to bring up the terminal. What's this one here?
Application.
So you can stick it small.
Is it small?
No, it's okay. I mean, if you're in the back, you cannot see that.
Another way to do it is bring up your extern in Linux and then type MSF console. Okay. So when you compare, it basically does the same thing, except this one you approach it from the GUI, and the other one is a command line. So how many people have this showing? How many people need help in getting to this point? Okay, so what's the first thing I need to know? What's the first thing I need to know before I do an exploit?
What website you already have?
Okay.
What to exploit?
What to exploit? Exactly.
What is the vulnerability you
Yeah.
exploit?
So there's a utility called Nmap, and within Metasploit, it's the equivalent is DB underscore Nmap.
built-in Metasploit?
Is that?
Nmap is built-in?
It comes with Kali Linux.
It
comes with Kali Linux.
Okay.
So in 2.0 it comes with it.
Okay.
Earlier versions, even though it came with it, you have to update it.
It's showing unknown command.
Where?
DB back.
Where's that?
DB back is unknown
What are you?
command.
Unknown command word.
DB underscore nmap.
No, Nmap, not map. Nmap. It's DB underscore Nmap, like Nancy, Mary, Adam, Peter.
Showing database not connected.
Oh, don't hit enter yet. I have not hit enter.
Okay.
Take it easy. You want to break things, right?
Well, mine says.
So what
Mine says database appears to be already. Yeah. Yeah.
So first of all, I need to know what my IP address is, right? So I'm in the API. What's your IP address? Let me see.
I bet this is 192.
Oh, right here.
Yeah, mine
So right here, it's in the 192.168.111.130 network. Does it make sense? Okay. And then based on the net mask, I know that all the IPs in the 111.0, that would be one network, right? So I can scan that network and see which IPs are out there. I can say Nmap. I can go minus V, minus SV. And there are different options. You can look them up in the Nmap guide. And I can go 192.168.111.0/24 and then see who responds. I want to see what's out there so I can tell what I'm going to scan or attack. Now, if you only have one VM up, it won't show you a target system. So you may not have the same results that I will have. We have two systems up. One is our attacker VM, which is Kali Linux, and we're using Metasploit on Kali Linux. The target system is a vulnerable Linux OS, which we call Metasploitable. Has nothing to do with Metasploit, completely different. We could have called it any other name. Or let's just call it target system, just to...
So Metasploit and Metasploitable.
Yeah, but let's say Metasploit on Kali Linux and our target system, right? So who has a target system besides their Kali Linux? You have one, okay. Anyone else have a target system?
Yes.
So you can download Metasploitable for the next class as your target system. You can also download Windows ISO, be it Windows 7, Windows 10, Windows 2008, or you can download another version of Linux. You can download almost anything, but the reason we download Metasploitable is that it's designed with holes in it. So then we can exploit those holes.
Sorry, what is a db_nav minus v minus sv, and then what did you use?
And then I gave it the network.
Is Metasploitable based off Linux?
Yes. Yes.
It's Ubuntu. You can go to it. You can show that.
Yeah,
Hit the tool.
so in here, the command I ran, which is db_nmap. When you're not in Metasploit, the Unix command is just nmap. When you're in Metasploit, it's db_nmap. But it's the same tool, it does the same thing. So you could do this scan outside of Metasploit and get the same results, and that's what you're going to base your attacks off.
So this IP address is your target system where you are scanning the...
This one, I'm scanning the whole network. I'm scanning
the whole network.
that whole network. 192.168.111.0 is the network IP. /24 is the number of net masks
All the hosts.
for that network, right? So based on that, it will tell you how many hosts are in that network. It will be 254. One broadcast and one network. So it will scan everything from 192.168.111.0.1.2. It will scan all of those, right? And see what is open.
So I see like failed to determine the route. So it means like I don't have anything connected.
Fail to determine routes. Or maybe yours is just a networking issue. So what we'll have to do is let's look at the, we can go back and look at the settings. You can bring up the terminal, we can look at the settings.
Why did you use minus SV, dash SV?
Because I used it yesterday and it worked. I could use -O, which would give me, what I wanted to do is, V just gives you like the bullet mode, right?
Okay.
I could use -O, which would give me the actual OS fingerprint. That's the next thing I was going to do. But Nmap has a whole list of commands, I don't remember any of them. So as and when you want to use Nmap,
I knew about V, but when it said SV, I was like, okay.
it's not called V, not just small.
You ran IP to create some configuration of that from the terminal. What was the right command?
IF config.
IF?
In Unix, it's IF config. In Windows, IP config.
The Metasploit, is this an open source or is it a
Metasploit is free, yeah.
free source?
Different versions. I think the Express you have to pay for, and I think the Pro also you have to pay for. Download Metasploit.
So what is this going to
Yeah,
do?
that's what mine is saying too.
Right?
Yeah.
Are you there?
I wasn't here for that.
I'm getting some messages compiled without.
So what Metasploit allows you to do is to attack another system. It has a whole bunch of you generally want to upgrade or update your Kali Linux because if something
on the
comes up, you want to
Small bit.
Yeah.
it will pick up all the CVs, most CVs out
Yeah,
there.
minus S.
CVs and common vulnerability. Yeah.
So this might be address is 192.
Because this thing will come because that is
And there's a whole database for that. If you just search for and then you can look at CVs for this year, last year. Any type of vulnerability is being discovered, put into this CV database. So if your Kali Linux is up to date, then you'll be able to determine, you'll be able to exploit systems that have that vulnerability. Right?
So it will have these other vulnerabilities, other systems that have vulnerabilities, the
Space that?
Yeah.
That's right. That's what, yeah.
We'll have to do a little more digging, but we will show us all of that.
I downloaded it.
So I open the terminal, I do IF config, right?
IF config, yeah. So which, okay. So when you do your IF config, you would get an IP address. Everyone's IP address for our virtual box could be different. Do not use 111. Yours could be 52, yours could be 62, whatever it is, right? You pick out that third octet, and that's your network address.
Okay.
Does it make sense?
Okay.
So if you do an IF config and you get 192.168.51.35,